Hello. We've just about reached the end of our semester together, and so I'd like to make a brief video presentation to express my feelings a little bit, and also to talk about your future, what will happen in your immediate future, and what might happen in your slightly further future. So to begin, I'd like to say congratulations. You have made it through English 1000. That is not something that everybody can say, so if you like, feel free to take a moment to be proud of yourself. You've earned it. I'd also like to thank you. First, I'd like to thank you for your effort and your participation. The class would be no good if I were just doing it by myself. It relies on your work to function. So thank you for helping me make the class the best possible class for us. I'd also like to thank you for your persistence, for making it all the way through the semester. Again, that's not something that everybody can claim, so if you like, feel free to enjoy a moment of pride, if that's the sort of thing you go for. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about the future. As you know, I'm pretty liberal with deadlines. However, I work for a large bureaucratic institution, and large bureaucratic institutions cannot afford to be flexible. And so, at this point of the semester, I also cannot afford to be flexible. The college is asking me to turn in grades by a particular date, which means that after a particular date, I can no longer accept any work from you. This semester, that date is December 16th. That is this coming Tuesday. After this Tuesday, I cannot accept any work from you. So anything that you send me after that time, I can't grade, I can't evaluate, and it won't count to your final grade. So please do remember to send in anything you want to submit to class before the end of Tuesday, December 16th. Now I'd like to talk a little further into the future to talk about what you might do after this class. As a member of the English department, I have an interest in you taking classes in the English department, so I'd like to make a few suggestions. First, you might consider English 1001, English 1001, which is critical thinking. In that class, you will read a number of texts, think about how they make their arguments, and construct arguments of your own. It will be a lot like work you've done in this class, but I guess more deep and more rigorous. So that's something you might consider if you want to go on in this vein. I happen to be teaching that class in the next semester, so feel free to join my section if you're interested. I'm also teaching English 140, English 140, which is Appreciation of Literature. In that class, we'll be reading poems and short stories and plays, and thinking about how they do their work. We'll be using vocabulary that professional readers use, and so we can deepen our experience of reading literature by looking at it through the lenses that English 140 should provide. So you might try that if you're interested in literature as we continue. Finally, I'd like to recommend English 135. That's English 135, which is business writing. Now, some of you are interested in going into business as a profession, and you'll probably notice, or maybe you already have noticed, that that kind of communication differs somewhat from the academic language we've studied in this class. So English 135 will give you a chance to study that language specifically, and to practice the kind of writing that business professionals do when they communicate with each other. Those are 3 classes that you might consider as you make choices for next semester. But in the meantime, I would like to thank you, sincerely, and really from the bottom of my heart, for your time and attention.